Welcome to the most anticipated edition in the 2026 MLB season. It is the team previews. Welcome to the Locked In Baseball Podcast. It is the 2026 New York Yankees season preview. The time has come. I know this is going to be a long one, so you might as well get your popcorn ready. Make sure you get your autopilot on in your Tesla. Adjust those AirPods. You know, it's like the meme that the guy is sitting down playing Xbox. It's time to straighten the back up. Let's get productive. It's time, William. Let's talk about this year's New York Yankees. William, without further ado, this team this season, last season, as you may remember, the highlight of the year was Cam Schlittler dominating Boston.
Yeah, it was.
And then it all came crashing down the next day in Toronto Game 1, which I do not want to remember that series or that game at all.
Don't want to think about that series.
Don't want to think about that whole series at all.
And every series against Toronto.
Just don't want to think about that series. Just like in Bad Boys, where Will Smith and Martin Lawrence do like we're gonna put this in the our friend bucket, things that we're not gonna talk about.
Sure, we're not gonna talk about that series.
Can we just not talk about that series in that time period, Game 1? We're just gonna put it
fair
and just not talking about it.
It never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, what's understood does not need to be explained, people. But welcome to Locked In Baseball Podcast. Let's get going. Let's go run down the team. I mean, this team last season, 194 and 68. I feel like the New York Yankees are the most criticized team in the league with the highest expectation, of course, because they are the New York Yankees. But the team won 94 games, which they ended up tying with the division with Toronto, which Toronto won via tiebreak.
Because they BTA'd us in this.
Well, you can blame Devin Williams for blowing.
That's true.
Blowing the games we did in the bullpen. But let's just go through the lineup. At center, they brought back Trent Grisham. He did accept the qualifying offer. He will be back in center. Aaron Judge right now is back in right. Re-signing Cody Bellinger at left.
We knew that was happening.
Ben Rice at first. He will be returning. Giancarlo, still without the bionic elbows, will be in DH.
He can't open a bag of chips, but he's still there.
He's still there. Jasson Jr.
Contract year.
If you've been on social media, you know what's up with Jasson. Austin Wells or Agustin Pozo in catcher.
Wells has some juice finally.
Or Jose Caballero at short this season, as Anthony Volpe will not be ready to go to start the season after we correctly predicted. I know we're not medical professionals, but we anticipated Anthony Volpe being hurt. So
don't want to pat our own backs, but we were on that the whole season that he was injured.
He's hurt.
We were on that all season.
And then Ryan McMahon at third. The bench is composed of J.C. Escara, the catcher. Paul Goldschmidt got brought back. Ahmed Rosario got brought back, and right now the competition is between Randall Grichuk, Oswald Cabrera, who
vibes guy,
but he was a good player. Again, he coming back from that terrible injury that happened in Seattle in that slide. I think it was that Tuesday night game in May.
It was May, yeah.
In May, where he slid and fractured his ankle, and poor guy. Everybody really was in pain for that. In the rotation again,
the bench, Grichuk and Domínguez, who's going to make it.
Also forgot Jasson Domínguez, who got doubled off yesterday as we're recording on March 15th with the Jazz Chisholm. So
he's been good in spring training, but yes.
But again, in the rotation, Max Fried's going to headline for now. Cam Schlittler, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers, the big acquisition from Miami, who they got in January, and Luis Gil. A lot of reinforcements are coming throughout the season.
Huge.
Carlos Rodón should be available by May-ish, late April.
Probably May.
By June, he'll be there. Gerrit Cole as well, coming back from Tommy John surgery.
Probably June.
Redid his windup, going over the head.
Yep.
Coming back, and then I don't think Clarke Schmidt will be back this season.
I don't think so. He got TJ in, what was it, July? They're saying he could, July 11th it says. He could be back late stage of the season, but you're not going to get much from him.
You're not going to get much. But again, that's your 2026 New York Yankees. Bullpen, no changes. Ryan Yarbrough back.
Terrible for Team USA.
Paul Blackburn's back. Jake Bird, Tim Hill, Fernando Cruz, Camilo Doval, and David Bednar.
Cade Winquist, Rule 5 pick.
So again, William, let's talk about this team. Again, a team that really didn't do anything, didn't bring any external options to improve this team other than Ryan Weathers, which we have opinions on Ryan Weathers, and the whole lineup is the same thing. And I just think it's just Yankee arrogance at this point.
My God, negative Nancy's.
That I just think, this team, we had our issues with the team last year, and they're going to get it done, and we're just going to copy-paste the lineup while everybody else in most of the AL improved and the NL improved as well.
So the Yankees will point to the stats and say they had the best lineup in baseball last year. First in OPS, runs, and home runs. Third in OBP. But I highlight, and I know that maybe the Yankees don't care about this statistic, but they finished 10th in batting average, and the Blue Jays finished in first. And that's the difference between the Yankees and the Blue Jays, is the Blue Jays got guys on, moved guys around, didn't necessarily hit the long ball at an incredible clip. They finished 11th in home runs, but they put the ball in play, they moved runners, and they played good defense, and they were versatile. The Yankees, and we were just watching this like A-Rod clip before, he was building the dream lineup around Aaron Judge, and it was mostly like contact guys like Steven Kwan, Nico Horner, and the likes, versus when you look at the Yankee lineup right now, I like bringing back Bellinger. There's opt-outs in the deal. So even if he doesn't, you're not necessarily on the money as long as the deal is worth. It's 5 years he got. Ben Rice, I feel really good about, but he's not a contact hitter. He could have even further of a breakout season this year and solidify himself as like a legitimate bat, like a cleanup type of bat. Stanton, we're counting down the days until we get the notification that Stanton's on the injured list for X amount of days.
We're counting down the days till he's not retiring with that contract. Like, he's going to squeeze that money dry.
Jazz is a free agent. He had an interesting offseason. He had an interesting WBC. Interesting. That's
an understatement.
He had an interesting.
He got married.
He did.
Yeah.
He had a bad WBC. I don't think there's any other way to put it. Wasn't good in the tournament. I don't really necessarily care about Great Britain in the WBC and how they did, but he wasn't good, and he talked again before saying that they were going to surprise some people. I said it on the WBC recap. It surprised me how bad they were.
He talked to who? The media? Just the media?
I don't know who it was.
Well, he also talked to Cutter is King on Twitter.
Oh, he was beefing with Cutter is King.
Yeah,
you never want to beef. You never want to fall into that trap.
His Twitter fingers were active this season.
They were. They always are. We know what Jazz is. 30-30 guy last season, and he missed like a month. So, and he was the third or fourth Yankee ever to finish with a 30-30 season. Very impressive.
He's a great player. But my thing is like sometimes Jazz is just best to shut up, man.
Jesus.
And I love the energy and whatever, but you become, and we've seen it before with him. And like I'm being the biggest Jazz supporter, and I get it. He's not going to change, and I don't want him to change. But like you can't be doing this in like New York and expect not to like get crapped on. Like the interviews like we talked about last season where he wasn't facing the media.
Yeah.
It's just tough. And from the Yankees now, I'm gonna put my Yankee side perspective. Like it's kind of a headache in the sense like how he acts and portrays himself.
But you knew what you were getting for when you traded him for him. Like he's always been like that. So he is a great player. Does it outweigh the stuff off the field? I think it does.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Oh, he's in a corporate term on me. I think so.
Is the ROI worth it?
I think so. If I really like him at second base defensively.
I'm just saying
he had time last year on third base. Are you talking about like an extension?
He's not getting an extension.
No, he's not getting an extension.
Yankees don't work the extension, but I'm just saying like I'm in the boat where it's just like we heard the Brendan Donovan stuff this offseason and everything. I'm just kind of like I don't know. It's just like I think. Looking at the player that he is, like, yes, he's great and everything, but does he really fit this vibe of the lineup?
Well, that's the point. I think we don't need another power bat, and he strikes out last year 28% of the time. Like, we don't need another guy that's going to sell out for the home run and strike out a ton. That the Yankees have plenty of those guys. Nico
Horner fits in this lineup way better.
He does. He does, and he's a Gold Glove defensive second baseman.
Yeah, exactly. So my whole thing with Jazz is like, yes, is he a great player? Yes, but he just doesn't fit this lineup. And it's just like, when you're a team like the Yankees with World Series aspirations and you're not producing at Yankee level or producing up to the level, it's like, yes, the walls are going to start talking, the media's going to talk. And you kind of make yourself more of a distraction in the case when you don't perform and you do these comments. And that in New York is, they will eat you up for it.
Right. They're going to pull out the receipts. You know, you can't hide like the way you were. I'm not saying he was, but like you can't hide at that ability or at that level in Miami, or in New York the way you were in Miami.
In the Yankee media, it's not even Yankee media, it's even Twitter. Like those Twitter heads, like all the rival teams, like you are, target numero uno in there. But that's enough Jazz talk.
I still feel good about what he can do on the field.
100%. I feel he can be great. Could he be a Gold Glove defender? Yes, because he has the athleticism, and we've seen him. Like you were making that point at third base, he just didn't look natural. And I feel like that's one of the other things that we expect this year. I think defensively, this team will be better. And I feel like for the past 2 years, we've been banging our hands on the table to improve defensively. And I think Ryan McMahon, Jazz Chisholm, and Jose Caballero will bring some solid stability defensively up the middle. And you can't get mad about that.
Grisham regressed defensively last year. Like that was the kind of the whole thing with Grisham early on in his career when he was in San Diego, is that he was a really good defender, Gold Glove caliber defender in center, and kind of a minus hitter. But last year the bat obviously took the step forward and the defense took a step back. I'd like to see a bit of leveling out there, and hopefully he can become a strong defensive center fielder for us.
That concerns me.
Because I don't think it's going to happen.
Because I don't think the bat. I don't know if that bat's. Could the bat just be a 1-year thing? That's what concerns me.
I think. Well, he
was going nuclear last year.
He was. So he finished with 34 home runs and an 812 OPS. But you look at some of the metrics behind it, and I do think there's reason to believe that this can happen again. 89th percentile in barrel percentage, 75th percentile in average exit velocity. The expected numbers are all very strong. 91st percentile in xWOBA, 91st percentile in expected slug. The squared up percentage was really strong. The chase rate was in the 99th percentile. Really strong walk rate. So like a lot of these numbers on Savant suggest that he can do it again. I don't necessarily expect a huge drop off. Will he hit 34 home runs again? No. But if he can hit 20 and play good defense, that's fine. We don't need 34 home runs from Trent Grisham.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like my argument with the team, I just feel like they need a new bat, like some new energy in the juice. Because I do feel like this team's been at this World Series or bust mentality for the past couple of seasons. And
Wait. Since 2017, that was the last time that the Yankees headed into the season without World Series expectations, I would say. Ironically, they almost made the World Series. So I'd say every single season since 2018, it's been true World Series.
I know, but my point is like this team's been together. They need somebody else, like some fresh energy. Like they need something like to motivate them. And I feel like you get it. And I don't feel like the bench is deep enough. Like we know what Paul Goldschmidt is. And JC Escar, we know he's a solid framer. The bat's the issue. Ahmed Rosario is there for vibes and is there for versatility. He's not necessarily there to hit that much. Yes, he's there to platoon.
He's really good against lefties. So is Goldschmidt. Escar, I don't like two lefty catchers. Mm-hmm. Wells and Escar doesn't really make much sense to me.
And you have Rice.
And Ben Rice. There's a lot of lefties, and Cashman had said that this offseason that there were a lot of lefty bats in this lineup. He was trying to get some righties, didn't really do that. Right now it's lefty, righty, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty. Ideally you're lefty, righty all the way through the lineup. So I don't know. We can talk rotate. Let's finish up on the lineup. Caballero at short to start the season. Do you think if he plays well for the first month or so before Volpe comes back, will he be able to hold on to that position, or will they give it back to Volpe?
What type of question is that?
They're giving it back to Volpe.
Volpe is like the godchild. Like he's like Volpe can do no wrong. Volpe would have to actually commit an American crime for him not to be the shortstop of the New York Yankees. Like Volpe would have to do something repulsive that the fan base would have to like do something. He'd have to do something ridiculous not to be, the shortstop.
I think it's a make or break year for Volpe though, and I hate to be that guy because Yankee fans don't like him, but he was good. The numbers were strong before he got injured last season. I'll give him another chance. This is the last chance though.
I mean, yeah, I just think the outfield is just interesting. Bellinger has an opt-out, right, this year?
I'll look.
Because I have a theory.
No, he does. Can opt out after 2027 or 2028, and I think it has to do with the lockout.
So of course, the reason they're not going to trade Spencer Jones, who got options in the minors, and Jasson Domínguez is because you could go into a world next season where you don't have Giancarlo Stanton and Trent Grisham.
Grisham is obviously a free agent. Why not Stanton?
Retirement.
You think just the pain from the elbows?
Pain from the elbows, and they just move on from him.
He's got 2 years left on the deal because the club option for $25 million 2028 will not getting picked up.
So he has 1 year left. They go separate.
No, 2 years. This year and next year.
And so after this year.
Yeah, after this year, 1 year.
And so that's what I'm saying, that they would keep both because it could be a world where they just be like, hey, go play in California, go retire out there, go hit nukes out there. As a DH for the Angels, go chase 500, which he's about like 60, 70 away?
Something like that.
So that's my point.
And I've also made the point a lot on this podcast that the Yankees want Aaron Judge to be the DH. I know he's a good defensive right fielder, but they don't want to risk the injury out there. We saw what happened last year with a throw from the corner in Toronto, and now he had the flexor strain. I think ideally they want him in at DH, and Stanton's just held that spot for so long, 10 years almost.
Stanton's at 453. And the crazy thing is that Stanton in a reduced season.
He's at what?
453.
So he's going to try to finish with 500 home runs.
He had 24 last year in 77 games.
I know, he was, yeah.
And then 114, in 2024, in 114 games, he had 27. So the power production was up. So I think.
Do you think he gets to 500? Well, it's 47 home runs.
Yeah, I think he would need to hit like 30 this year, 25 or 30, and he'd be right there. Come back next year and just and for like half a season.
He needs to average 23.5 over the next 2 seasons.
That's easy. If he 24 in 70 games.
If he stays healthy, he can do it.
I don't even think it's healthy. I think he just needs two. He needs 2 halves of a season at this point.
What do you mean?
Like if he's able to replicate last year in 77 games, hit 24 home runs, he does it again. Next year, he already has more than enough.
Yeah. Is he a Hall of Famer if he hits 500? I guess he has to be. MVP in 17?
I don't know, man. But let's talk about the strong suit about this team. It's the rotation. I think the rotation needs to lead the way. Fried, Schlittler, Warren, Weathers, and Gil. Warren, great returns. Warren and Schlittler have had great returns in spring training with the new pitches, the velo upticks.
So yeah,
that's one thing that we need to give credit to the Yankees pitching development is that the Schlittler and Warren have been elite, not elite, but they've been better, and they're going to be like damn good.
There was a line, and that's one thing. Everyone's talking about Schlittler as the next young arm, and also there's guys in the farm system, Elmer Rodriguez and Carlos Alaranje, who guys are high on. But I'm not giving up on Will Warren. And there was an article in The Athletic by Eno Harris talking about some guys that have really improved their stuff in spring training this year. Will Warren is one of those guys that he has listed here. He actually has changed where he stands on the mound. He's moved a foot over toward third base. He's added a half tick of velo to that. Might be gone by the time he has to go deeper in games. He's added a little ride on the four-seamer. He's throwing the sweeper with less movement, but 2 more ticks of velocity, which should be an improvement. The curveball is also straighter, but 2 ticks harder. Then there's 2 pitches that improved the most by Stuff Plus, which with his shift on the rubber, that would be his fastball and curveball. So a lot of metric stuff there, but basically he has improved his stuff over the course of spring training. And then for Ryan Weathers, he's made a ton of improvements in his stuff. Added more than 4 miles an hour on the four-seamer, an inch of ride on the four-seamer, 3 miles an hour to the sinker with 3 inches of glove side movement on that same pitch, 3 miles an hour on the slider, and 3.5 inches of drop on the slider as well. He's added an 85 mile an hour sweeper, added 2 miles an hour to the changeup, and added 10 inches of drop to the changeup. So Matt Blake is working his magic with Ryan Weathers. The question is, can the dude stay healthy? That's been the issue with him.
They have the pitching depth to take the injuries, and that's one of the biggest things.
But I would love to see this guy stay healthy because I think he could be a real piece for this
Yeah,
Yankees
he could be a
rotation.
real piece. But I'll go ahead and say it. I am on the Cam Schlittler train this season. I'm taking him to the All-Star game. He will be an All-Star this year.
Wow. Okay.
I'm ready to go. Cam Schlittler might be pitching game 1 if all said and done for the Yankees this year in the playoffs.
That's a hot take.
I think he could have a better season than Max Fried and Gerrit Cole.
If you told me this time last year, that Cam Schlittler would be starting Game 3 of a wild card series against Boston at home, and he'd shove for 8 innings, I wouldn't believe you. So,
well, what did I say in the preseason via text? The texter.
You didn't say anything about Schlittler.
I did say something about you. I did. I swear on my life.
Pull up the receipts. I don't believe you.
I pull up. I literally sent you a clip of him pitching like Double-A Somerset.
Well, not this time of year.
Yes, this time of year last year I did.
Double-A hadn't even started on March 15th.
I know, but it was from like
it was mid-June, something like that.
It was not mid-June.
Yeah.
No, it was not. Stop lying. I was literally on the
he's an oracle over here.
No, dude, it's like we're having this debate. I said it about Yaxel Landenborg. You didn't want to listen to me about Yaxel Landenborg. I said it about Luther Burden this year. Guess what? DJ Mid is now out in Buffalo. DJ Moore, excuse me. He's out in Buffalo. And I said this about Cam Schlittler. I did.
All right.
I did. It's on the receipts.
We'll post those receipts.
You might be deleting text messages.
No, I don't delete text messages. So you don't delete them either. We don't need to look right now.
I'm going to look at it right now because it's going to drive me freaking crazy because it's true.
Okay.
Cam freaking Schlittler. And I'm telling you, this team is great, and I can't find it. But
this team is great. Yeah, you can't find it because we're on air.
We're on air, but I definitely did say, I remember watching it. It was like a 1-minute, 25-second clip on YouTube of him pitching in Double-A. But
I had to push back against that because I don't believe you.
No, I did.
All right.
I freaking did.
All right.
But yeah, I want to see let's see what happens in the pen. Let's see the pen take the next step. That's, I think, the biggest question to me. A lot of these guys, like I know we talked about Bednar and Doval, they can be great. Cruz. Problem with Cruz is that he's a splitter.
He's a splitter merchant.
He's spammer.
Bednar, electric. What was that, 7th inning for Team USA the other night? That got me fired up.
See if Jake Bird can do some tweaks.
I mean, he came out for like 2 games and got pinated, and they sent him down, and we never saw him again. I'm optimistic about Bird being a real piece for the bullpen this year.
But then again, I read this take, and it kind of makes sense why the Yankees weren't active. That the trade deadline last year for the Yankees was their offseason.
Yeah.
And
there were kind of conversations at that time, like, okay, we might not see as much from them this offseason because they just signing a bunch of guys that have years of control.
Yeah. So
trade for a bunch of guys.
But William.
Oh wait.
What's up?
Can we talk about Max Fried?
What do we have to talk about? He's best lefty, best pitcher for Team Israel that didn't pitch for Team Israel this year.
He was incredible last season in his first year of the deal.
I know.
He finished with a 1.42 ERA plus 2.86 ERA in 4th in Cy Young voting. Won another Gold Glove. He's got 4 Gold Gloves, but he sucks in the playoffs.
That's why you have my sweet prince, Cam Schlittler.
He's got a 5.31 career postseason ERA.
That's always been the deal with him.
22 games.
That's always been the deal with him.
Yeah, he was terrible in that start against Toronto.
What do we say about that?
Yeah, he's not a number one.
Can you stop bringing up that weekend? I do not want to relive that.
Sorry, we did agree to that. I apologize.
Can you stop?
But he's not good in the playoffs.
We've said this before.
He's not good in the playoffs. He's got to figure it out.
We've always said this before. It's what? That's why you have Cam Schlittler and Gerrit Cole back, which will be interesting. I want to see.
Yeah.
And
cool.
I don't want to keep banging the drum too deep into this pod, but I want to see what Gerrit Cole is this year. What Gerrit Cole are we getting? Are we getting like Gerrit Cole, like good Gerrit Cole, or are we getting like watered down Gerrit Cole? I don't think Cy Young Gerrit Cole's coming back this year.
He's 35. He's got 3 years left on the deal. And realistically, like I don't want to get Yankee fans' expectations too high for this guy because most times when you re-sign or when a guy comes back from Tommy John, it's like the second year, like so 2027
So we're waiting for Sandy.
And that would suck for Cole if there's no there's a reality. Like I don't want to sound negative here, but let's say he's not good this year because he's coming back first year. Next year there's no season, and then 2028 he's in the last year of his contract, and like his career could be over after that.
I don't know. I want you to play GM Gap. Who would you want on this team out of one of the bottom feeder teams that we expect to be? Who would you want? Realistic. Like, don't bring me, like, Bobby Witt Jr.
They're not a bottom feeder.
But they could be a bottom feeder.
Let's see. No one on the Rockies. Although Tovar's had a nice WBC.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him.
He's had a nice WBC. Angels. Nobody. A's not a they're not a bottom feeder. Rangers, no. White Sox. If Murakami bangs.
Oh no, please! After watching Murakami last night, please.
He had a nice hit in the 8th. Twins. I mean,
Joe Ryan,
but we don't really need
pitching.
You need as much. You always need pitching. Actually, disregard. I would take Joe Ryan.
Is that the dream one?
Yeah, but he's hurt. Back stuff.
You know who mine is? I think you can guess it.
From the Marlins?
No, from the Yankees.
From the Marlins?
No.
I don't know.
Stephen Kwan.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm banging my hands on the table that they need Stephen Kwan.
I feel like Cleveland would ask for a king's ransom for Kwan.
Would just give Spencer Jones, Jasson Domínguez, Ben Hess. Give
all of them?
Give it all. Give it all.
Does that mean resign? Because he's got 2 years of control?
Resign him and put him on the team. Outfield of Judge, Bellinger, and Kwan. And you have Kwan lead off, set the table.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
So
I've been on the Kwan train too. The strikeout rates are elite. The whiff rates are elite. Again, he's like the contact type of bat that the Yankees need.
Perfect. And he great defense. He's perfect.
Yeah.
90.5, William, over under.
I think that the over under for the Yankees, like you said, 90.5. The play for this team is the over.
The play is the over.
Because this has nothing to do with the postseason. This is all to do with the regular season. This team is built to win in the regular season. And I just think there's too much talent. The lineup, this team beats up on bad teams. So even if you lose a bunch of series to Toronto and Boston, you can still beat up on the White Sox of the world. And I think it's an over. I think they win 94 to 95 games again and then come up short in the playoffs. I will say this is the first year since 2018 when we've had World Series expectations where there's really no part of me that thinks the Yankees are winning the World Series this year. And I'm at peace with that, so I'm just here to enjoy them, watch another season of Aaron Judge, and just see what happens.
It could be a likable team. It could be 2 years ago where it's an unlikable team that you just absolutely hated.
Yeah, and I hated the Josh Donaldson teams. Yeah, he just ruined the vibes.
Yeah, I'm taking the over. I think Aaron Judge is that good of a player, and I think the pitching is that good. I'm not as high on this lineup again, but I just think Max Fried, Schlittler's my sweet prince. Like, nothing's gonna stop me from loving that man. Pause. So
I know who you're trying to pick in fantasy then.
I think everybody knows that I'm trying to pick in fantasy at this point. If you've listened to the team previews, so I think everybody knows that I'm gonna end up with some combination of Stephen Kwan, Jazz Chisholm, Nolan McLean, and Cam Schlittler.
So we're both over. Does Judge win another MVP?
Yes. The only way he doesn't win an MVP is if Bobby Witt goes berserk.
Yeah. I mean, last year we had Cat Raleigh hit 60 home runs and he still didn't win MVP.
He still didn't win. Yeah, exactly, Big Jumper. Still didn't win. And with that...
Mr. Handshake.
And that concludes the 2026 New York Yankees preview. We would like to thank you for listening.
Thank you all.
We will be back with the next team preview. We're going out to deferred payments. LA, baby. We're going to see the LA Dodgers.
Yeah, we're almost done. Opening day is on Wednesday. Yankees, Giants on Netflix. So I will be there no matter what, as they say. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Any final thoughts, Luis?
Ready for the season.
Can't wait. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.